Hello everyone and welcome to my tips and tricks video, and I want to keep this video as short as possible, so let's just jump right into the first tip. So for the first tip, you go into your island settings, so in my case escape, over here my island. Then you can be in any of these tabs, and always at the bottom right over here you will see channel browser. Then you click that, and this will show all the devices that use a channel in your island. So for example, let me go over here to my PUI selecting system right under this mountain thing. So here's a selection system for that. Like this picks a random PUI, and in case it transmits to channel 6 over here, it picks normal 2. And then if I'm not sure if I actually put down 2 rifts in that PUI for both of the players to teleport to that PUI, I go into my channel browser and I go to channel 6 and I want to check if there's indeed 2 rifts that receive from channel 6. And yeah, there is 2 rifts for these 2 players that have to be teleported into the 1v1 PUI for normal 2. So this is a really cool feature to check if everything you just did is set up correctly. So yeah, you can also teleport to these rifts. So if I click here or just on the thingy, you can see that I teleported to this rift, and yeah, you can do what you have to do. My second tip is about item granting systems. So let's go over to this item granting chain over here, and what this does is it gives the items from left to right into the player's inventory. So first it gives the AR, then the shotgun, then a third weapon like an SMG or a sniper, or a utility item like a bounce pad, and then 2 healing items. And let's say we don't want to give them the third item or utility or weapon always, but like 50% of the time. What you do is, instead of disabling this grantor or whatever you're doing with channels, just don't use any channels. You can just chuck in a few of these shotgun shells from the consumables into this item grantor. So let's say you have like 5 snipers and you want a 50-50 chance of getting a sniper. What you just do is you put in some shotgun shells, as you can see, into this grantor, so you won't actually get anything else except for this single shotgun shell, which is not really useful. So if you want to create like empty slots in your inventory, this is a way to do it, like with 1 piece of ammo, as you can see. A really quick tip that might not be useful for most of you, but I recently switched to a new PC with 240Hz monitor, and if I now want to select and rotate things around, it'll take a while for them to do that, as you can see. It will take like 1 second to rotate this piece, and that's really frustrating for me. So what I do when I'm not making creative, this is the only way to do this, I go into settings, and I go set my FPS at 140 or like 60, but mostly I do it on 120 or 144, then just press apply, and what this does, it makes pieces rotate faster for some reason. The next tip is about selecting props to different locations, and let's say we want to place this prop over here, this combination of props like a matchmaking portal thing, over in this corner as well, but like at the very same spot. So what you normally would do maybe is select all of this and then rotate it like this, and then you put it somewhere in a corner, but now it's hard to find like where you should place this down to make it place exactly in the center. So what you do is you select your pieces again, and then you also select a tile with it, like a wall or floor like this, which is not a prop, this is a floor. So then I select this with the floor, then I can like get it like this, and then I can put it in the exact corner like that other like set of props. So then you can place it down and it will be exactly in the diagonal of this corner. And you can also, if you want to copy this on different maps, you just copy all of this and you hover with your cursor over one of these selected pieces, and you hold 1 up to 8 in my case because I'm keyboard mouse. So I hold 1 or 2, and then I can later in a different map, I can get my phone and press 1 or 2 to place these combination of props down in a different map. The next tip is about memory. So the way memory works in creative is when you place down a new prop, which you haven't placed down on your island before, it will take up a lot of memory. So for example, I place down this Softies ice cream prop just one time on my entire island, and it will take up 561 memory. But when I make a copy of this prop, currently I have 55,525 memory in my island, and when I place this, it will only take 3 memory, as you can see. So when you make copies of already existing props, it will only take up a few, memory, a little bit of memory, like 3 or 5 or 10. Like if I do it here, 4. But when you place down a new piece on your island, like let's go and get like a car or whatever. Let me just find a dinosaur. If I want to place down this dinosaur, it will take up 1000 memory. So what you want to do when you make maps is try to copy already existing props on your island rather than picking new props. Because you don't really want to go above 60k memory on your island, because it will just get laggy for console players and stuff like that. So yeah, just try to copy, just get a set of props you really like and then just copy them a lot of times. So for example, like I do over here, I have this bench over here, this table, which I already have over here as well. So I use this multiple times across my map instead of using a very new table over here. And I also, for example, use just 3 different types of stones instead of using like 6 or 7 types of stones. So I have this stone over here, this single rock, and I've got another bigger rock somewhere, which I can't really find right now. So yeah, I just use a small set of props and I just copy them over a lot of times. So this is the big rock, so yeah. The next trick is about this tracker device over here, which in this case I don't use for tracking anything, but I use it to display a message on the screen permanently on the top left of your screen. So when you go over here to show on HUD, you press yes. Then you can put in a title, which in this case Realistic Hub, and then a description, which is a map code. So when I start my game, so this dot is normally the device that will track channels and that sort of stuff, but I don't use it for that. I just use it to display a message on the screen. So it says Realistic Hub and then my map code. And you can use it to promote like maps or like your socials, or just to show something else you want to show. The next trick is how you can make an interactable button. So in Creator we have this normal button over here, which you can press by clicking a button, pressing a button on your mouse, or on controller, pressing a button on your controller. But when we want to have like a bigger button, which you can like interact by using a gun, for example, we have a trigger for that. So let's say we want to ground a shotgun over here. When someone presses this button, so it will be grounded when someone transmits to channel 1. When item ground item 1 to channel 1. And so we put this trigger over this button. Like that. And then we go to the settings. Trigger by player off, trigger by damage on. And visible in game, no, and then receive damage, while invisible, take damage. And then when triggered, transmit to channel 1. So now when someone pickaxes or shoots this button, it will give him a shotgun. And you cannot do that with the normal button. You can only like press it when you get close to it, and you cannot shoot this button. So that's the difference. So let me open this chest, I get a gun. And then shoot it. And now you get a shotgun every time you shoot this button. For the people that didn't know, if you go to any device and want to change the channels, what I usually do is I just use my mouse and click it a lot of times until I reach the channel I want it to be at. But what you can also do to do this faster is just hold an arrow key on your keyboard. I'm not sure how to do this on console, but I'm pretty sure there is a way to do this as well on the controller. My final tip is to go to the official Fortnite Creative Discord server, which I will link in the description, where you can talk to other creators in the creator chat, and you can also ask your questions in the Ask Questions Here channel. So that was the final tip for this video. I hope at least one of these was useful for you, and if you do have any recommendations for future tutorials, let me know in the description. And yeah, make sure to subscribe and leave a like, yay! So yeah, I'll do another tutorial when I feel like it. I don't really have a schedule. I'll just do whenever. So yeah, see you later, guys.